11:42 p.m. You're 214 miles into a run that should have ended 6 hours ago. A Kenworth T680, 2019, 480,000 miles on the clock, hauling 42,000 pounds of refrigerated produce from Fresno to a distribution center outside Salt Lake. You've done this route 11 times this year. You know it the way you know your own hands. Tonight, it doesn't feel like your hands. Your logbook says you should have stopped at mile 190. Your ELD is already flashing yellow, warning you about hours of service. You ignore it. You've got a delivery window that closes at 6 a.m. and a dispatcher who doesn't care about your fatigue, only your freight. You crack the window. Cold air, high desert, no moon. You turn the radio to channel 19 out of habit more than need. Nothing but static. That's the first thing that's wrong, and you don't clock it yet. Mile marker 214 is where you first see the lights behind you. Not headlights, too high off the ground for a car, too steady for a truck with normal suspension. You check your mirror twice. They're still there, exactly 4 car lengths back, matching your speed to the mile per hour. You slow down to 55. They slow down. You speed up to 68. They speed up. Whoever's back there isn't driving. They're pacing you. You've heard the stories other truckers tell at truck stops. Every trucker has one. A rig that follows too close for too long. A voice on channel 19 that knows your handle before you've said it. You always figured those stories were coffee and boredom talking. Now you're not so sure, and that uncertainty is worse than knowing. 12:15 a.m. The lights are gone. You exhale for the first time in 20 minutes. That's when the CB crackles alive, unprompted, no hiss before it, no hiss after. Big rig eastbound, mile 214. You got a passenger back there you didn't invite. You don't answer. Your hand hovers over the mic and doesn't pick it up. The voice is calm, almost bored the way real truckers sound at 2 a.m. after 8 hours behind the wheel. That's what makes it worse. It doesn't sound like a threat. It sounds like a warning from someone who's seen this exact night before. You check your mirrors again. Nothing. You tell yourself it was a dead channel picking up a stray signal from 3 states away. Atmospheric skip. It happens. Truckers call it skip for a reason. You've heard real skip before. It doesn't sound like it's talking directly to your mile marker. 1:03 a.m. You take the exit for a truck stop you don't usually use. You need coffee. You need fluorescent light. You need another human face. The lot is nearly empty. 4 trucks, engines idling, nobody visible in any of the cabs. You park under a light that's flickering on a 2-second cycle, on, off, and you sit there for a full minute before you go inside. The cashier is watching something on a phone propped against the register. You ask if she's seen a truck matching a description you can't fully give because you don't actually know what you saw, only how high the lights sat and how steady they moved. She says the lot's been dead since 11. She says it without looking up. You buy coffee you don't drink and go back to the truck faster than you meant to walk. 1:47 a.m., back on the highway. The night feels different now somehow, like the dark isn't hiding anything as much as it's holding its breath. You check your logbook, you check your ELD, both say what they said an hour ago, which shouldn't be reassuring, and somehow is. The lights come back at mile 251. This time they're closer, 2 car lengths. You can make out the shape now in the glow of your own taillights bouncing off whatever's behind you, a shape too tall and too narrow to be any truck cab you've ever loaded next to at a dock. You do the thing every driver is trained never to do. You brake check on an open highway at 65 miles an hour, hard enough that your own cargo shifts audibly behind you, hard enough that your Jake brake screams into the night. The lights don't break. They pass through the space where your trailer should have forced a collision, and there's no impact, no sound, nothing but the lights now somehow ahead of you instead of behind, receding at a speed no vehicle should reach that fast from a dead stop. You don't remember the next 4 miles. You remember your hands on the wheel and your knuckles white and a sound coming out of your own throat that you don't recognize as yours. 2:33 a.m., Channel 19 again. The same voice, same flat calm. You did the right thing not looking at it straight on. Most don't make it past mile 260 the first time they see it look back. You ask out loud, alone in the cab, who you're talking to. There's no answer. There's never an answer to the direct question. Only ever the warning before, never the explanation after.
3 a.m. Mile 260 comes and goes. Nothing happens. You almost laugh, the kind of laugh that's mostly relief with a thin edge of hysteria in it. You tell yourself the coffee and the fatigue and 11 runs of the same lonely stretch have finally done what long haul does to everyone eventually. You've heard of drivers who quit the job over one bad night that was nothing but exhaustion wearing a mask. You almost believe that. You almost make it to sunrise believing that. 4:52 a.m., 40 miles from the distribution center. In the gray, not quite light before dawn, you check your mirror one more time out of habit rather than fear. The lights are back, 1 car length, close enough now that you can see for less than a second that there's no windshield reflecting your own taillights back at you. There's nothing to reflect them off at all. You don't brake this time. You don't slow down. You don't speed up. You don't touch the CB. You keep both hands on the wheel and your eyes on the white line, and you drive like the only thing in the world that matters is the next 100 yards of asphalt, then the next 100 after that, until the sky starts to go the color of a bruise healing, and the lights, at some point you can't pinpoint, simply aren't there anymore. 5:40 a.m. You pull into the dock. You back into the bay on the second try instead of your usual first, because your hands still aren't fully yours yet. The receiving clerk signs your paperwork without looking up, same as the cashier 6 hours and 1 entire lifetime ago. You sit in the cab after he walks away, and you don't move for 11 minutes. You know it's 11 because you watch the clock the whole time, unable to look anywhere else. You file the delivery. You don't file a report. There's no box on any DOT form for what you'd have to write. You still drive that route. Dispatch doesn't ask why you take a different one home now. 40 extra minutes, 3 extra gallons of diesel, a small price that isn't really about diesel at all. You've talked to 2 other drivers since, carefully, the way you talk about a scar you don't want examined too closely. Both of them go quiet at mile marker 214 before you've said the number out loud. Somewhere right now, another truck is easing onto that same stretch of highway. Hours of service ticking down, dispatcher waiting on a delivery window, radio scanning channel 19 out of nothing more than habit. He doesn't know yet what mile 214 sounds like on a dead channel. He'll find out the same way you did. You just hope, for his sake, he checks his mirrors sooner than you did.